Welcome to Beyond the Bleachers with Grace McQuaid, your all-access pass to the world of college football and college basketball. From game day rivalries and bracket busters to behind-the-scenes stories that go deeper than the final score, we are breaking it all down. So grab your seat because the action doesn't stop when the clock hits zero. This is Beyond the Bleachers. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Beyond the Bleachers with your host, Grayson McQuaid. A crazy week of college football. Crazy news coming in. We're starting off hot. James Franklin fired. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I was not expecting this to happen at all. I mean, I know Penn State's had a really horrible year, mostly in his fault, but I mean, this roster coming into the year, definitely one of the top contenders in all of college football to win the championship. And I remember all the hype around Drew Aller and just all the returning players for this team. The buyout was, what was it? $49 million, which is just insane. I mean, he's got money for the rest of his life. The rest of the next generations to come in his family as well, if they spend it well, of course. But yeah, just an insane thing that happened. I was not expecting this to happen. Just because it felt like it was the same news every year. Oh my gosh, Penn State lost the big game, so now they're just going to fire James Franklin, and it never happened. And I assumed that thing would just continue happening, but it just stopped. And finally, after all the years of complaining, the Penn State fans finally got their coach fired that they've been waiting for years. I mean, they're 3-3. They entered the years as the number 2 team in college football. He deserved to get fired, I would say, after this horrible season. I mean, you're losing to UCLA. You're losing to Northwestern, the laughing stock of college football for the past years, many years. They have just been the complete laughing stock of college football. And they lost to them. They lost to that Northwestern team that everybody jokes around with every single year. So yeah, there's nowhere else to start for that. I mean, just the biggest news, honestly, all football season, and just an insane firing. Insane. All right, let's get right into the games. How about we start off? Northwestern, 22. Penn State, 21. Northwestern outgained Penn State in yards, which is just insane to think about. As, you look at this, and coming into the year, once again, I'll say it, Penn State's going to be one of the best defenses in college football. Oh, my gosh. They just lost to Northwestern and allowed 22 points, so definitely not. Griffin Wild, the wide receiver for Northwestern, put on a show, 7 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. He's been great this year. Preston Stone seems to be kind of finding himself here. And last week against UL Monroe, he had a great game as well, but he struggled this season, especially at the start. He threw 4 interceptions in his first game versus Tulane, but he seems to be getting into a groove now. He also threw 2 to Oregon, but once again, he seems to be getting in a groove. As the last game, he played well, too. And yeah, the running back, Joseph Hyman, couldn't find much running room, but they still found a way to win this one. Guys, Northwestern's 4-2, so hey, don't get too low on these guys. They're not bad. This is probably one of the best Northwestern teams. Okay, not one of the best, but a better Northwestern team than last year, that's for sure. Penn State, Drew Aller, 13 for 20, 137 yards and an interception. I mean, I just want to laugh. I feel bad for the kid, but his wide receivers are so horrible. I mean, I feel bad for him, but he still should be better. But yeah, his wide receivers are so bad. So bad. Nicholas Singleton, 7 carries. They only gave this guy 7 carries in this game. He's been great running back all year, and they gave him 7 carries. That's just he's one of him and Katron Allen are an extreme duo, but I still think Singleton should be getting more carries than he has so far this year, because you know that he's a great player, so I'm just waiting for them to really give him more of a chance, because he proved he was good last year, so I'm just kind of confused on that. Moving on, Utah night game, home against number 21 Arizona State. I picked Utah in this game. Utah won. Devon Dampier in this game, the quarterback for Utah. 10 carries, 120 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. That is just a performance, straight up. I mean, his pass game wasn't elite. He was 7 for 12, 104 yards. Nothing special. But if you get that running game going for him, this team's unstoppable. They really are. He just put on a show. Arizona State held to 260 yards of offense. Jordan Tyson only 40 yards receiving, so they really locked him up. They really did. And then, yeah, this Utah defense just put on a straight-up masterclass in this game. And the night game, I think Arizona State is a good team, but clearly they're really missing Sam Levitt right now, and they're going to need him back. And also, I forgot to say, the quarterback, Jeff Sims, for Arizona State, 18 for 38 passing. 18 for 38. 20 incompletions. That is insane. He got sacked 5 times as well. So just a great D lineman performance from the Utes in that one. South Carolina unranked at LSU. I expect this one to be a closer game. It was a 10-point win by LSU, but, I mean, it just seems like they really handled them in this game. They had 100 more yards overall. Nussmeier threw 2 INTs, but I'll tell you what, it looked like LSU finally got that running game going at least a little bit, as they had 166 rushing yards, which has been better from what they've been doing this year, which is good to see finally out of them. I thought this could be the game where either South Carolina comes out and they're back, or they're just continuing their horribleness of this year. And they continue their horribleness of this year. Well, Norris Sellers, I mean, what happened to him? He's still a good quarterback. You don't just fall off this much as he has. So I'm still waiting on him. I mean, he's just really struggled this season. That's all I can really say. I mean, there's no other way to say it. He just has. And the wide receiver core for him, they all talked about how the wide receiver core was so good. And clearly it's not. It's just not. It's not clicking at all. The offense is not clicking. It's not coming all together as a team. So, yeah. South Carolina's been going through struggles, and they continue. They got a big game, though. 11:45 a.m. Interesting time. Home against Oklahoma. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, they're gonna need this one to just get back on the road, back on track. Moving on, Michigan at USC. Michigan lost 13-31. I'll tell you what, though. This game was just beautiful to watch on TV. I mean, this is something you dream about. You got the USC helmets and the Michigan helmets. Just 2 beautiful helmets just clashing on one field. It was clearly just art, honestly. But yeah, coming into this game, I just expected USC's defense to not be able to hold up at all. And I was completely wrong. I mean, Justice Haynes was completely shut up in this game. And weird enough, Michigan's backup had more carries than Justice Haynes. So yeah, but this D-line just, surprisingly, the USC D-line controlled this game overall. Justice Haynes got injured, so that was obviously a big reason for him with them not getting as many carries. Bryce Underwood, honestly, he actually played a pretty solid game. 15 for 24, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw an interception though, but still, this run game was just really bad, and USC's offense just completely dominated this game overall. Jada Maeva, I mean, you can't ask much more of him. 25 for 32, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And then on the run game, this is the difference in this game. King Miller, the USC running back, he got it going. 18 carries, 160 yards, and a rushing touchdown. And overall, this USC offense just had many big plays throughout the game, which won them this game. Michigan's known for having those big blow-up run plays. They didn't have any of them tonight. And USC did. And overall, their offense just completely dominated this Michigan defense, which is not what I was expecting at all. But they did. And then Mekhi Lemon, another great game from him. He has just been amazing this season. He had 9 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Overall, USC had 490 yards in this game, which is just crazy. And then their Bishop Fitzgerald, their DB, 2 INTs in this one. Great game from him. As the backup, Jaden Davis came in at the end for Michigan. So yeah, I'm honestly, people are talking about how Sherrone Moore's on the hot seat if Michigan goes 8-4. We'll see about that. Maybe that is a thing, but I don't think they should give up on him this early. I think the Michigan culture is clearly lacking, and they haven't been that tough team. You know what I mean? The tough team. They haven't shown that. They haven't been that team, which is what they usually are, which has been weird to see and very surprising in my opinion. So yeah, they haven't been the tough team, the tough D-line running back team. They've just been a team that hasn't found their identity yet and hasn't shown the true Michigan culture that they've been carrying for years and years. So they're still waiting on that. Yeah, moving on. This was just a disgusting game. Very, the refs were horrible in this game. Not a fun game to watch either. 20-10, Georgia over Auburn at Auburn. Good win from Georgia as Kirby Smart's just average team finds a way. This is just an average Georgia team. I think they're a little below average for Georgia standards. But they're just tough. They're going to find a way. Week in and week out. Their run game, Georgia, 79 rushing yards. Gunnar Stockton, though, he was 23 for 26. It was a conservative game plan overall, though, so I'm not going to say 3 completions, that's crazy. It's insane. But, yes, it was a very conservative game plan. But anyways, yeah, Georgia just completely, their defense just wore out Auburn, and they didn't need to score many points thanks to Auburn's horrendous offense in this one. Stockton had the rushing touchdown to seal the game in this one, and that was just a straight-up dagger, the dagger in this one. I was picking Auburn when they were up 10-0, and then they could have took a 17-0 lead at the goal line, and they fumble. Very controversial call on the fumble. I thought it was a fumble, in my opinion. But I'm not going to get to that because I don't want to argue about the refs and stuff. I don't want to disrespect it like that. Jackson Arnold, this is what I said that earlier in the last podcast that Auburn couldn't do if they wanted to win the game. They couldn't pass the ball 30 times with a quarterback that is a running quarterback. And that's exactly what they did. They did exactly what I told them not to do. They passed the ball 31 times with Arnold. Arnold was also their leading rusher. So yeah, Arnold can be their leading rusher just for Auburn, as he's a great runner, but it doesn't matter. You have 140 rushing yards, and 55 of those are from your quarterback. That's just not a recipe of success for winning. That's only 95 yards rushing from your tailbacks. So they got to improve that. They truly do. This is just not the Auburn team that's going to be able to beat Georgia. Their game plan was perfect in the first half. They didn't throw too much. They had Arnold running the ball. They had the running backs getting some decent carries. The wide receiver, Cam Coleman, was getting open. And then that second half, they were just completely suffocated. There wasn't a play over 18 yards for Auburn. So that just summed up this game. It just summed it up in a nutshell. They couldn't get the big plays. They couldn't get the pass game going as I didn't expect them to. And that's now they're going to win games because they're not a passing quarterback. They're not a passing team. So they got to win games on the run, and they couldn't do that. So that was ultimately why they lost this game. All right, moving on. Arkansas at Tennessee. Arkansas actually had 10 more yards than Tennessee in this game. They both have just under 500, 496 to 488. And yeah, I was expecting this one to be decently close, as I know that you got the backup interim coach. Taylor Green's a talented quarterback against the average, maybe below average Tennessee defense, and Taylor Green picked him apart straight up. He had 63 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Then he was 21 for 31 with 256 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. So he just put on a masterclass, but clearly it wasn't enough. Arkansas had 3 turnovers in this game. 3. They were all fumbles. Two of the fumbles. Oh, here, I'm trying to figure this out. All three of them were from separate people, but yeah, just three fumbles. That just threw away this game for Arkansas. I mean, you look at the yards, you look at it, and if you just don't have one of those fumbles, you're gonna win the game. But they did overall. So yeah, I mean, you couldn't have asked for more on the Tennessee offense. They played a great game. So yeah, you can't really get mad at them. I mean, I guess for the turnovers, but still, you put up 34 points. But that defense just played. I mean, that you can't get mad at the Arkansas offense, but their defense just played insane. I mean, their defense played horrible, not insane. It's the opposite of insane. All right. Moving on. Oh my gosh. This really hurt me. This really hurt me a lot because I was, okay. Yeah, we'll give it to you right now. This hurts to say. Okay. Number 7 Indiana wins at Autzen, Oregon against the number 3 Oregon team 30-20. Oh, I hate saying this because I wanted Oregon. I thought Oregon in this one. I was so high on Oregon in my rankings and everything I did. I was so high on them. Okay, but anyways, Dante Moore. Completely shut out by this Indiana defense. I mean, this is one of the best defenses in college football. They proved it. Just an absolute masterclass from the linebacker Isaiah Jones. 3 tackles, 2 TFLs, 1 sack, 1 interception. So just a great game from him. And man, I can't say it enough. This defense is just insane. They are so good. Mendoza didn't even put up his best performance. Okay, he threw for 200, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 30 rushing yards. That's all you need to win. That's all you need to win. And then, like, one of Oregon's touchdowns was a pick six. So this just felt like, honestly, this felt like a blowout. This felt like an Indiana blowout the whole game. I just kept looking at I barely got to watch the game. I had to rewatch it because I was golfing. But I kept looking at the score, and it just continued being the same. And then, but if you watch that game, I mean, it was a blowout pretty much. It was pretty much a blowout. Besides from a couple lucky plays, it was pretty much a blowout. Yeah, I mean, I was just not expecting this Oregon offense to just be completely shut up as they were in this one. Yeah, especially at Autzen. Like, I didn't expect Indiana either, or Kurt Cignetti, Google me, to just go into Autzen like it's nothing. But of course, it's him out of all coaches, the Mr. Overconfident guy. He is a great coach. I'm not gonna get down on him for it. He is a great coach. So yeah, I was not expecting this outcome one bit. And I even said, like, if this is a blowout, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not. That's literally what I said. Moving on. This is actually one of my favorite games to watch. The first half, at least. But man, this get out of hand. USF at North Texas, 63-36. This is offense. This is what they call offense. USF, 580 yards of offense. Byron Brown, 80 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns, 250 yards passing, 3 passing touchdowns. Just a great game. This was fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, not much of a run game for either team. Just straight up passing like mostly every play. I picked North Texas in this one, and man, boy, was I wrong. Now I'm going to be really high in South Florida because North Texas was really looking good to come into this game, you know? They were favored. I picked them. I trusted them. Drew Messmaker, their quarterback, I liked him a lot. He threw 3 INTs in this game, so he just got completely cooked in this one. Completely cooked. But yeah, this was a fun one to watch. Such a fun one to watch. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Offensive masterclass. So yeah, USF I'm going to have them. They might be my rankings this week, guys. Maybe. I'm going to think about it. But they'll be in the conversation. Moving on. Wow. Washington, man. 19 Rutgers, 38 at Washington. Washington just dominated them in this game. 580 yards of offense for Washington. Demond Williams here. I'm just going to read every single stat. Okay, also the app I use, guys, is Real. Use Real. Such a great app. This is the app I'm using. Demond Williams, 21 for 27. 402 passing yards. Moving on. 2 passing touchdowns. Damon Williams, 13 carries, 136 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. That's 50 fantasy points. I know you don't want to hear that out of me because I know this is college, but that's 50 fantasy points. Just picture that. All right, but anyways, he gets player of the week for me. I had to bring him up in the show. I really respect him. I think he's a great player. And boy, did he play good in this one. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to move on to the game after this one. We're just going to move on because that's all I wanted to tell you guys. Damon Williams is legit. He maybe a Heisman candidate. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Number 14, Oklahoma at number 21, Texas. These are the updated rankings that I'm telling you guys right now, so you're probably going to be a little confused. But yeah, this is updated rankings. So yeah, Oklahoma 6, Texas 23. Wow. I'm going to be honest, this was a boring game. Not fun to watch at all. Field goal after field goal. Not many touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for Texas. One of them was a special teams punt return by Ryan Niblett. Okay, but anyways, whatever. Arch Manning. He's progressing a bit. I'm not going to... he didn't play... He played solid. Not good, but not good by any means. He played solid. 21 for 27, 166 yards, 1 passing touchdown, 4 carries for 34 yards. So yeah, whatever. Solid performance. They played conservative for him, so nothing impressive, nothing sticks out. So yeah, just a solid performance. Nothing special at all, really. Contrivian Wisner had 100 rushing yards. That's a little something for Texas. Maybe that's a spark for them. If they're able to run the ball against an amazing Oklahoma front four. Just a great D-line from Oklahoma. I mean, maybe this team is evolving. Maybe this team is a legit playoff contender. We'll see. I said they have the talent. They have the roster. It's just, are they going to be able to put the piece together? Is Steve Sark going to be able to put them together? We'll see. Looks like they're evolving, though. If you're scoring 23 points on okay, we're going to go 16 points because the kick return. 16 points of offense against Oklahoma. That's nothing special, but that's evolving because they only scored 7 against an Ohio State offense, but that Ohio State offense was insane. But still, this offense is clearly evolving. John Mateer. It seems like he might have been injured still. He threw 3 interceptions. He's a Heisman candidate, but I don't know if he still is. Just after this game, I hate to say that. I hate to get down on him for it. But it's almost like you have to be amazing day in and day out if you want to become a Heisman. So, yeah. He had 18 incompletions, and he only threw for 200 yards and 3 interceptions. So, just not a good game. This Texas defense was just insane. Just completely insane. 5 sacks also. I forgot to mention that. I mean, Colin Simmons himself, the star D lineman, had 2.5 sacks. That's his first, amazing, legit game he's had so far this season, as he's played against great O-lines. So, this Oklahoma O-line's been pretty solid too, but clearly in this game, front four for Texas just dominated. So, yeah. Colin Simmons just proving why he's one of the top picks for this upcoming draft. Malik Muhammad, 2 INTs for Texas as well. So, yeah, a lot of good defensive performances from Texas athletes. Number 21-24, Washington State at Ole Miss. Wow, Ole Miss this is a really close game. I was not expecting this to be close at all. Ole Miss's defense, I have a lot of question marks for now. This also shows another reason LSU is frauds, in my opinion. Washington State had 345 yards of offense. I just don't want to see that. Trinidad Chambliss played great again. But we got to find a run game. No, the run game played amazing for Ole Miss. But this run and pass defense for Ole Miss is really struggling, and we got to figure this out. They got to figure this out. Wow. Okay. Moving on. Pittsburgh at Florida State. Pittsburgh won. Wow, Florida State is dead. Mark Norvell, I think he should be fired. This is a horrible team. I bought everything Florida State after they won that Bama. I bought that they're going to be a good team. But clearly I was wrong. This team is just not good, to be totally honest with you. Castellanos, it isn't going to work. It's not working. The defense is not going to work. Castellanos played good, but I'll say it again. This whole Florida State thing's not going to work. They don't have a good defense, and that's what they're going to need to win these games. So, yeah, Florida State's over. Maybe they'll make a bowl game, probably, but that's all. Moving on. Number 8, Alabama, and number 14, Missouri. 27-24. Just an extremely impressive win from Bama. They were pretty equal in yards. Missouri had like 5 more yards. But, yeah, I mean, Ty Simpson just did it again. He went out there, threw 3 touchdowns. Just another great performance from him. The run game wasn't like insane or anything from Bama. Nothing that blew me out of the way. But yeah, I mean, Ty Simpson. Wow. Just great game from him. Ryan Williams played through an injury. No catches for him. So yeah, nothing really much from him. Bo Prabula finally has a bad game. This dude's been insane all year. And I was thinking this would be the time it would come to an end. Yeah, I was right. I mean, against this amazing Bama team. As well as Ahmed Hardy, Heisman candidate, one of the best running back in college football, held to 52 yards. So this Bama defense really showed a lot to me in this game on pass defense and run defense. I hadn't seen this all year from them, and they finally proved it to me. So yeah, close win, amazing win at Missouri, Columbia. That place was probably rocking. So just good win from them. And one of the last games, if not the last, number 1 Ohio State at number 17 Illinois, 34-16. I'm going to be totally straightforward with you guys. Ohio State did not have a good game on offense. They didn't. But it didn't matter. This just shows how good the team is. It felt like, honestly, I'm an Ohio State fan. It felt like a really bad day on offense. And we still scored 34 and won 34-16. So I can't be mad. You can't be mad. You just beat a top 20 team by 18. And you feel like you played bad. So that's a good sign. That just shows how good this team really is. You should have seen Peyton Pierce tip ball interceptions, a linebacker. That was a great play for the Buckeyes. All right,